Hi, my name's Kris. I'm a tattooist that's originally from Sydney. I tattooed there for 10 years before a law was brought into New South Wales that prevented me from pursuing my career further, and I was forced to move to Melbourne. I grew up in an area called Bankstown. I come from a broken home where I spent my childhood circling between my grandparents' mother's father's house. I then, from the age of 13 onwards, I lived with my mum in her 2-story housing commission unit. I started dabbling in graffiti and shoplifting when I was about 7. I used to always draw every day when I was a small child, and I think that the passion for being creative grew, and I started to get into the graffiti side of it because it was a little bit of a thrill on the side as well. To later on, I worked out to get me out of my head, and as a way of escape. I was basically trying to escape feeling worthless. I used to do graffiti and shoplift as a way to get out of my head and escape. And as the saying goes, it soon spiraled out of control, and the addiction grew. And one day I woke up to 7 police around my bed with guns drawn on me, arresting me for armed robbery. The next 18 months I spent in jail in Sydney. I just spent my time drawing a lot. I drew every day, and so I got pretty good at drawing. By the time I got out, I was like, wow, I'm actually pretty good at drawing. Needless to say, I thought, why not do tattooing as a way to make an income out of what I was passionate about. And I thought, yeah, that's great. I don't want to do crime anymore. I don't want to go to jail again. I was like, what can I do to make money legitimately? And tattooing seemed like the perfect option for me, seeing as I love to draw. I spent 10 years building my career in tattooing. I practiced drawing every day. I tattooed every day. I enrolled in fine art school about 4 years after starting tattooing in Sydney at Julian Ashton. And I loved the oil painting. I still do it regularly. I do it even more now, to be honest. I got into the oil painting, and then I kept tattooing, and I was really proud of how what I'd done after jail. Anyway, the New South Wales government decided to bring in a law, an anti-bikie law. They said that tattooing was synonymous with bikies and outlaw gang activity. For me, I was like, oh, that's fair enough. It would probably be good for the industry anyway. A lot of artists would be scared to start tattooing and use their skills because of fear of bikies and so forth. So I was like, oh, it'll probably wouldn't hurt the industry. After buying into a tattoo shop and setting up myself and thinking that my future was on the right track, I applied for my license and was denied. I thought I had a bright future ahead of me in Sydney. I was really optimistic that the shop was going to be really good and be really successful. But so anyway, one day I opened the mailbox and my license application to be a tattooist in Sydney was denied. So I was pretty gutted, to say the least. I didn't know what to do. My world was crashing down around me. I was like, what am I going to do? What the hell? I'm sure I can't even begin to describe what it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, so needless to say, I was absolutely gutted. I ended up losing my shop. I ended up deciding to move to Melbourne, where that law didn't apply. Thank God. Otherwise, who knows where I'd be. I ended up selling everything I own and moved to Melbourne, where I could start again from scratch.